Welcome back to another episode of Positive Solutions for Life. I'm your host, Peggy Meyer. Today, we are talking about surviving. Are you just surviving instead of truly living? In this episode, we're going to explore the powerful concept of survival mode, the body's built-in stress response, and why so many of us get stuck in it and ways to get out of it. But first, let's describe what is survival mode. Survival mode is the body's stress response to a perceived threat, activating the fight, flight, or freeze response to prioritize danger over rest or growth. It's your nervous system's way of saying, hey, something isn't safe. Conserve energy, protect yourself. When you're in survival mode, your nervous system releases stress hormones, namely adrenaline and cortisol, which triggers physical responses such as increased heart rate, faster breathing, dilated pupils, and causes a shift in focus to the here and now in order to prepare you to confront, escape, or freeze in the face of danger or a perceived threat. So think of a time that you heard a very loud noise that startled you. It could have been two cars hitting each other. It could have been a loud clap of thunder or a kid screaming. Instantly, your body switched from whatever you were doing and got hyper focused on the noise. Probably you noticed your heart rate was up and your breathing changed. You were breathing faster and you were laser focused on looking towards the direction of the noise to assess the situation. This is our natural survival instinct that's kicking in. This is great when there's a short-term emergency, but not so great when ongoing stress turns it into a chronic state where your brain and body are focused solely on getting through the moment, the day, or the week. I know this term has come out of my mouth a time or two. I'm just trying to survive today, or I'm just trying to survive this week. And I think we've all had days like this. So, what's the difference between being in chronic survival mode versus short-term survival mode? Well, I just talked about short-term, basically, survival mode, that emergency situation. But chronic survival mode, or chronic stress, as it is often called, is a prolonged state of physical and mental exhaustion. Your internal alarm system is stuck on the on position. There is no wild animal coming to get you, but your body is responding like there is. Your body is in a constant state of hypervigilance, and this drains your body's resources, wearing down your entire system, physically, mentally, and emotionally wearing your system down, making it super difficult to function on a daily basis. And this can happen during long exposures to high pressure environments, financial burdens, caregiver responsibilities, medical issues, traumatic events, unresolved trauma, or pre existing mental health conditions, just to name a few. So, if you're feeling exhausted, even after resting, you get sick easily, you have this increased heart rate all the time and blood pressure, you have digestive issues, muscle tension, or you have difficulty sleeping, this may be some of physical messages that you are just trying to survive the day. And then add some mental and emotional effects of being in the survival mode or chronic stress state, like difficulty concentrating, difficulty focusing or making decisions, feeling anxious, overwhelmed, emotionally numb, or overreact to minor events. You'd be hyper vigilant. Might have increased anxiety or even detachment and isolation. You might struggle to think about the future because today is heavy enough. That's all you can think about, being in the present moment. You might be like running on autopilot, just getting through the day, like a lot of us say, feeling stuck, or just treading water and not going anywhere. Often in survival mode, we are very self focused. We shut out the rest of the world. We're caught up in everything that is happening to us, things that are happening to us. You're only focused on you and you only. And it can feel like you can never get out of it. To you, it might feel like you're living underwater. Everything just takes extra effort. You've reacted. You're very reactive instead of being proactive on stuff. You're just trying to make it to the next moment. You're just trying to get your head above the water, and nothing seems to be working. Life is piling on all sorts of crap on you, and you're just going through the motions. To others, survival mode and chronic stress may look like you seem very withdrawn, very irritable, short tempered, scattered, selfish, or emotionally unavailable. If someone has ever told you, you know what, you just don't seem like yourself, this is a sign that you could possibly be just trying to survive or that you're just really stressed to the max. But there is hope. You can get out of survival mode. You can get out of chronic stress. You can reduce your stress and your response to it. And it starts by being aware, recognizing that you are stressed out, that you are feeling like you're just treading water, that you feel like you're just going through the motions. Recognize it and name it. That's the first step. You take away the power when you recognize what's going on. Then choose to do something about it. You can choose to regulate your body. You know, when your heart rate is up and your breathing's faster, take take some time. Do some deep breathing. Do some grounding practices. You know, deep breathing, paced breathing, just look up, breathing techniques, just try some out. Meditation can help. Meditation can help calm the nervous system. Even exercise, just like gentle movements, can help release tension. Things like walking, yoga, and stretching. Nothing like hardcore cardio or anything like that. Just gentle ways of trying to release tension in your body. Hey, and you know what? And if you can get a massage, go get that. That is wonderful to help reduce tension as well. And then prioritize your self care and your rest. So take intentional time to recharge. Take a few minutes, a few times a day. Check in with yourself, check in with your body. Where am I feeling tension? How's my heart rate? How's my breathing? Or just get a few moments of quiet time, like turn off the TV, go somewhere quiet, just to help you recognize how your body is feeling and help regulate your body. And then make sleep a priority. Sleep is so crucial for our body to repair, recover, and recharge from the day. If we don't get enough sleep, if we don't get enough quality sleep, good luck for tomorrow. You're starting already underwater. Another thing you can do is reconnect with yourself. Journaling is a great way to let out your thoughts and feelings. It also helps you to process them instead of like suppressing them or stuffing them or lashing out on others. So, journaling is a great way just to get out of your head a little bit and kind of like see what's going on. You could incorporate like a gratitude practice. Like at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, name three things that you're grateful for. Or get creative and do something you really enjoy that you haven't done for a while. Another thing you can do that can help reduce stress and tension is setting boundaries. Say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. Say no once in a while so you can simplify your commitments because oftentimes we are just so overwhelmed with things that we're doing. Say no. Reduce some unnecessary stressors in your life and then connect with other people. We are social beings. We need to connect with others. So seek support, ask for help from friends and family. Ask for help for things that you need to be done and you just don't have the energy for. Seek out mentors, coaches, or other mental health providers that can help you identify triggers and help you develop better coping strategies to deal with the stress and tension. And lastly, create future goals. I know it's so hard in the moment. We're in survival mode to think of the future, but think about it. Think about and write how you would like your life to be like, and brainstorm ways that you can get there. And that can help you pull you out of your current state of mind into like dreaming and possibilities. We all have had that imagination way back when we were younger. We still have it. It's still in us. We always think, oh, have you ever thought of like, oh, I'd love to do that someday. Well, make a list of someday I want to do these things and then start figuring out how you can do them. Switch the lens in which you see the world. Look to the future instead of the past. Dig up that old bucket list, things that you've always wanted to do or try, places you've wanted to visit, and start planning. That will help you get out of just surviving the day. Because the opposite of just surviving is thriving, which is sometimes referred to as living in flow, living your best life. This is when you feel safe, grounded, and energized. You make intentional choices instead of reactive ones. You're present in the moment and you're hopeful about the future. You feel connected to others and you have space for growth, creativity, and joy to bloom. Survival mode is not a life sentence. It's a signal. It's a message. It's a sign that tells us something needs to change. And once you recognize it, you have the power to change it from living underwater to treading above your head above the water to truly living the life you're meant to live. Thank you for joining me today. Tune in next week as we're going to dive into ways you can start thriving and living your future self now.